live, and maybe some folks will continue to join us as we go along. But for now, Bismillah, for our celebration of the Wiladat of Amir al-Momineen Imam Ali alayhi salam. Um, we have a pretty full list of reciters today, some wonderful words that will be shared, I'm sure, and we're really looking forward to doing that with you all. Just a little bit of an introduction, some housekeeping bits. Um, a little bit about Poets of the Household in case anyone is new to our community here. Poets of the Household seeks to encourage, support, and promote poetry in the English language, especially with a focus on spirituality, faith, Muslim identity, and of course, poetry in honor and praise of our beloved Messenger, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and his holy household, alayhi salam. Our mission is to create and facilitate a community where the creative expression of our faith can form and flourish. And you might wonder, okay, well, how do you do that? What all is happening? So, our programs include workshops, which are interactive, podcasts, open mics such as this one, writing prompts for independent writing and sharing on Instagram, community engagement, and a fulsome WhatsApp community as well. We have a few things in the works which we're quite excited about. Um, in the coming months, you'll see an open call for submissions for our very first anthology publication. More details to follow. Hint, hint, the theme will be Muharram, so get your notebooks and pens ready. Inshallah, we have educational content and more workshops coming up, community writing hours, and then potentially a poetry database and a poet database as well. For those of you who don't already do so, please do follow us on Instagram and YouTube to keep on track with our programs. And thank you so much for taking your time this Sunday to participate, to recite, and to listen um, as well. And just a quick note that something slightly different we're doing today is that we will be breaking the program into two parts. And so we'll do some poetry, and then halfway through, we will have a trivia break about Imam Ali al-Islam, and then we'll continue on with the second set of poems as well, just for a little reset. Um, and we're also streaming live on YouTube in case anyone wants to join that way, or if you want to push out to family and friends. I know I did. I'm hoping people will join. So, inshallah, with that, I'll pass it over for some Quran to Brother Ramiz Naqvi. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Felicitations to you all as we celebrate the birth of Imam Ali alayhi salam. I'll be reciting a few verses from Surah Fatir. Just before I begin, can you all hear me clearly? Lovely, thank you. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله فاطر السماوات والأرض جاعل الملائكة رسلا أولي أجنحة مثنى وثلاث ورباع يزيد في الخلق ما يشاء إن الله على كل شيء قدير ما يفتح الله للناس من رحمة فلا ممسك لها وما يمسك فلا مرسل له من بعده وهو العزيز الحكيم يا أيها الناس اذكروا نعمة الله عليكم هل من خالق غير الله يرزقكم من السماء والأرض لا إله إلا هو فأنا تؤفكون وإن يكذبوك فقد كذبت رسل من قبلك وإلى الله ترجع الأمور يا أيها الناس إن وعد الله حق فلا تغرنكم الحياة الدنيا ولا يغرنكم بالله الغرور إن الشيطان لكم عدو فاتخذوه عدوا إنما يدعو حزبه ليكونوا من أصحاب السعير الذين كفروا لهم عذاب شديد والذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لهم مغفرة وأجر كبير أفمن زين له سوء عمله فرآه حسنا فإن الله يضل من يشاء ويهدي من يشاء فلا تذهب نفسك عليهم حسرات إن الله عليم بما يصنعون والله الذي أرسل الرياح فتثير سحابا ميت فسقناه إلى بلد ميت فأحيينا به الأرض بعد موتها كذلك النشور من كان يريد العزة فلله العزة جميعا إليه يصعد الكلم الطيب والعمل الصالح يرفعه والذين يمكرون السيئات لهم عذاب شديد ومكر أولئك هو يبور والله خلقكم من تراب ثم من نطفة ثم من نطفة ثم جعلكم أزواجا وما تحمل من أنثى ولا تضع إلا بعلمه وما يعمر من معمر ولا ينقص من عمره إلا في كتاب إن ذلك على الله يسير صدق الله العلي العظيم.
Mashallah, that was wonderful. Thank you so much. With that, we'll get started with some poetry in honor of Imam Ali alayhi salam. Um, Possibly, I would argue, the most potent and beautiful of poetry that we ever write. That will invite Brother Muhammad Qais Hassan to share his words. Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Congratulations on the birth of Ameer Momineen. This is a wonderful initiative, and that was a beautiful recitation, Brother Ramiz. Inshallah, I'm going to get straight into it. My name is Mohammed Qais, and I'm from, as the name suggests, from Sydney, Australia. And we're right to go. Yep, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Rajab 13th. A light Mecca has never seen, or has she? I swear by the city of blessings and guidance, the first house, the white garments. What is purer than this? Rather, who is pure like this? The best of lands, let's celebrate in prayer. Raise your hands, Ghadir is near. We face there in prayer, bowing adrift. Who is that heir whose ring is his gift? As heaven ascends, God keeps them pure, a thorough cleanse in houses with Nur. Bring your men, your women and sons. God has sent a firm soldier while hypocrite runs. 3 days in Kaaba, miracles and God lives, preparing to offer poor orphans captives. The young and old stop work and business for a man that sold his all fearless. Obey the Lord, his prophet Ulil Amr, two prongs in sword, lift gates with one arm. To every nation God sent a guide, but what a relation with Ahmad by your side. When Jannah unveils her gate to God's light, every ship sails towards his birthright. And who is he? They rush to see Muhammad's wali, la fatah illa Ali. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. They rush to see Muhammad's wali, la fatah illa Ali. He is my blood, my brother and heir. Noah sails from his flood, by Ali, no fear. Is there a greater event nobody has seen? Abraham stood cement in Nab' al-Adim. He is to me as Aaron to Moses. You only split sea, by Ali know this. By the Lord of the Kaaba there is no other, that stood for Taha, made just for Kawthar. Call on Ali, what wonders he holds. Hassan in Baqi, with Hussein his soul. Ali breaks through the Kaaba without lifting a finger, brings Zulfiqar, guide this sinner. When God won't shame Adam who didn't sin, only in Ali's name Adam settles within. And if you were to drown and get swallowed by a whale, Jonah sees his crown, calls Ali no fail. So where is Yusuf? Does Yaqub reply. He is God's proof, in Ali no deny. While Yusuf had beauty, Zainab has Ali. Yaqub could see from Mahdi, from Ali is Mahdi. While Yusuf had beauty, Zainab has Ali. Yaqub could see from Ali is Mahdi. It all starts here, Rajab 13th. For soon is near Mahdi 14th. But to rise for him, you start with the king. It's more than a hymn whose name we'll always sing. Say forth, go forth, walk in Ali's fort. God's best, so blessed, his name you'll attest. In Adhan al Shahada, by the one who sent Taha, hidden light with each prophet, now in sight of Allah's prophet. Who slept that bed? Orphans he fed, Zahra he wed, in war he shed. Badr he closed, orphans Badr he closed, Uhud they showed, Khandaq his blow, Khaybar they know. Mecca his birth, Jannah his worth, Ghadir his hand, Najaf his land. Rajab this date, 13th our fate. Ali God gave, our souls he saved. Inshallah, through Ameer al-Mu'mineen, we can have his intercession in this life and in the hereafter. Congratulations once again on this event. Thank you for listening to my poem from Sydney, Australia. Sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli
اللهم
ala
صل على محمد وآل محمد.
أحسنت ما شاء الله. أحسنت.
أحسنت ما شاء الله.
That was so powerful. The imagery was strong in that poem, and I think it really set the stage to take us in that mindset and that vision of Imam Ali alayhi salam. Thank you. Next up, we have Sister Dora Zahra Nakvi to share her poetry. Please, Bismillah.
Salam, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, wonderful. Congratulations to everyone on this beautiful occasion, and thank you for the Poets of the Household community for having me here. May I get this opportunity over and over again, and may we get this opportunity to gather and celebrate Imam Ali. My poem is called The Birth of the King. The walls of the Kaaba called out, "Come hither, O lady. Enter, for we have split our walls for the light you carry. Enter, for these four walls are now a respite for you and the first of the 12, the father of the faithful, the beloved of the prophet and the carrier of his immaculate bloodline." She accepts the divine invitation from the house of Allah, now synonymous with the house of Ali. She remains sheltered for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4. She exits cradling the beloved of her Lord and places him in the arms of the messenger of Allah. Arms that carried him first in infancy were the same arms that lifted his arm for all to see. His arms made clear the truth and falsehood whenever he swayed the Zulfiqar. His arms quenched the hunger of the children in Kufa when they held their small hands out for milk and bread. His arms gave strength to the arms of Abbas. The arms of Abbas were the arms of Ali. And they still deny. They still deny the miracle of Amir al-Momineen, as if the house of Allah would fracture its walls for anyone but Ali. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. Mubarak to all.
Wow, thank you for that. Um, what I really loved about that poem is that even when we celebrate Imam Ali alayhi salam or any of the Ahl Bayt, there's this undercurrent of grief that we carry with us for all that they faced, all of the hardships and difficulties they overcame. And in the way you recited, it was coming through, and the words were just so beautiful as well. Um, Wonderful. We're off to such a good start. Next up, we have Brother Muhammad Sajjad uh, to share his poem, please. Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum. Just want to make sure everyone can hear me. Okay, cool. I was gonna try to throw in some of the background instrumentals, but I think for online purposes, it's probably better that I don't try to risk that now. So inshallah, I'll just recite the piece together. And if you guys want to join behind the screen in the chorus, please do so. علي 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 You are the secret, you are the key Ali 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 I was a captive, you set me free Ali 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 Ali, 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 Ali. The lion of God begins to roar. The house of God opens its door. Out comes the hand of my Lord, and then it became the prophet's sword. You are my brother, you are from me. Ali, 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 Ali. You are the secret, you are the key. Ali, 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 Ali. Ali, 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 Ali. When our companions become afraid, you call to fight, they run for shade. That's when you say, Haydar, fight for me, without a question. Here comes Ali, you are the prophet when you sleep. Ali, 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 Ali. You are the secret, you are the key. Ali, 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 Ali. Never had anyone seen the likes, be it in battle or lonely nights, as he would carry within his sides the truth of the earth and seven skies. Without you, nothing would ever be. Ali, 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 Ali. You are the secret, you are the key. Ali, 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 Ali. Of course, Batul waited for your hand. Of course, he gave you Hassan Hussein. Of course, your Zainab could bear the pain of spreading the truth like seeds of grain. You are the secret, you are the key. Ali, 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 Ali. I was a captive, you set me free. Ali, 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 Ali. Ali, 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 Ali. Ali, 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 Ali. صلوات على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم
اللهم
صل
صل
على
على
محمد
محمد وآل
وآل محمد.
محمد. Ahsan, beautiful. Subhanallah.
Yeah, I don't even think there's anything I can say about that. That was so beautiful. I mean, the comments are saying it all. And for those on watching on YouTube, you can't see them, but everyone is definitely expressing their sentiment for that. Mashallah, thank you so much, Brother Muhammad Sajjad. Next, we have Sarah Shirazia. Please go ahead. Bismillah.
Salam, everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Alaikum salam. Yes, we can. Bismillah.
Okay. Thank you all for sharing your pieces. It was so beautiful, each and every one of them. And I want to start by congratulating you all on the birth of Imam Ali. My poem is called The Shia Definition of Love, and it's on the love story between Imam Ali and Hazrat Fatima. Yeah, Imam Ali. Recently, I heard a story of love so unseen, so unheard, so unspoken of in the westernized world, polluted with novels, movies, shows, wearing the pretense of romance. A story of love that made my heart bloom in recognition. Your story with your one true love, Lady Fatima, embracing every single characteristic a woman looks up to. A distinguished, healthy family, unblemished beauty, luminous character and virtues, eloquent in rhetoric and speech, intelligent in the finest social and political ideals. That is Fatima. Undoubtedly approached by many of the Holy Prophet's companions, many of them boasting of their wealth the way Aladdin boasted his, hundreds of blue-eyed black-skinned camels, Egyptian textiles, tens of thousands of dirhams, but she did not bat an eye to these luxuries. No, she wanted a man shielded with the Islamic virtues of discipline, armed with good conduct and bravery. How could grand gestures of wealth reflect such characteristics? Abu Bakr, Umar ibn al-Khattab, every other companion believing they possessed the wealth to buy Lady Fatima from the luminous hands of the Prophet was rejected. As you sat in the sidelines empty-handed, feeling like a fool to even try to approach the daughter of the Prophet, the same Prophet who raised you to be the man you are with nothing but 480 dirhams to offer. A speck of dust compared to the grand gestures of her suitors, but the grand gestures aren't what she wanted. She wanted you, the man of little worldly wealth and great spiritual strength, the man her very own father raised, the man Allah forged particularly for her, the man Allah divinely appointed to her, the man who stood by her father's side, protecting him through thick and thin, believing in him when nobody else did. That man is you, Ya Haydar, the first follower of her father. Who's more worthy of the daughter of the Prophet than you, Asadullah? So with the persuasion by Abu Bakr, by Umar and Sa'd ibn Ma'ad, you knocked on the door of her house, and without a glance behind the door, هذا رجل يحب الله ويحبه الله ورسوله. And when you asked her father for her hand, the moment he's been waiting for since Allah appointed your union, rays of joy beamed from the Prophet's face. It will give me the greatest of pleasures to bless upon this earth the union that Allah has already blessed in the heavens. He chose you. Allah chose you to be the caretaker, the protector, the maintainer of the leader of all women in paradise alongside Hazrat Khadija. The Prophet trusts you. The little boy he raised to be a man, a true man of Islam, the first follower of Islam, to be his daughter's best friend, soulmate, companion. Imagine the honor. But you weren't blinded by the honor, the pride, by such worldly hubrises. You know her value. You know her worth. You know all the wealth in the world will never come close to a fraction of the value of Lady Fatima. You know what many young men of your time don't. The value of a woman, the gem of a woman, the inner beauty of a woman. You're trusted with the holiest woman of your time by your very own role model standing affront your door, joining your hand with hers. Dwell in your home. And may Allah shower you both with peace and blessings. I leave you in His care. Imagine the honor. And still in that home, in Fatima's home, you treated her with respect. A single fight with her, and the Prophet watched as you walked out the door of your house, upsettingly flinging yourself upon the steaming hot sand of the desert, punishing yourself for hurting the woman you love so very much, the woman you promised the world, your woman, your best friend, your soulmate, your companion. And in the union of her love with yours, you raised the next generation of Islamic role models. The brave Imam Hassan and Hussein, the beautiful Lady Zainab and Kulthum. How could your love not be true to raise such children, the embodiment of your love for Fatima? So, for the first time in my life, Ya Imam Ali, after hearing your story with Lady Fatima, I feel what love is. Love, the humility, respect, care, value you have towards your Lady Hazrat Fatima. That is the definition of love. Thank you.
Mashallah, that was so beautiful. Honestly, it was very like reflective, very honest, and I think it touched upon the thoughts that everyone kind of has, like especially during spouse selection and in making these very big decisions of life, when things can get overwhelming and like all-consuming, very confusing, then these are the examples that we can look to and help clarify our thoughts and our process. So I think that was so lovely. Thank you for sharing, Sarah. Very, very nice. Um, Next up, we have Brother Turab Rizvi, inshallah, to share his poetry. Please, Bismillah.
So everybody, can you guys hear me okay? Okay, perfect. Before I begin, lots of facilitations and big mubarak to everybody on this blessed occasion. Without further ado, Bismillah.
Turab, man, we want to do your ziyarat. Please turn your camera on.
Oh man, I wish, but my background is so messy right now.
Put a virtual background on. Do something, man.
Man, I wish. Maybe later on. Let me get this out of the way, and I'll try to figure something out.
Inshallah, inshallah. Bismillah.
Inshallah. Thank you, Abbas. Bismillah. His life began with a miracle, his birth itself divine. Before the world could call his name, heaven already knew of his flame. For Ali, the Kaaba opened wide, stone cracked with heavenly pride. Sacred walls made room that day for the lion who'd never sway. The son of Abu Talib knew loyalty true, gave before taking, stayed when others withdrew. He stood with faith when his path was thin, carrying belief deep within. In Muhammad's hands, he opened his eyes, raised in light before the rise of lies, nurtured gently, heart kept pure, by the one whose message would endure. He grew where revelation breathed and prayed, where every step by truth was weighed. So faith for Ali was never a test. It lived in his heart. It knew no rest. A soul raised close to prophecy will always choose certainty. For Ali, Allah's house opened its door. He was destined to be first, not fourth. That's the completion of this poem.
MashaAllah, Ahsant. Very nice.
Mashallah. Very, very powerful words. They're the reminders that we need in our lives and the words that move us forward. Thank you so much. Next up, we have uh, Brother Horeza. Please, Bismillah. Brother Hur, are you here? I think do see him on the call.
I think if you could go to the next one, I think he messaged saying he might need a minute,
Okay,
and
no
we'll come back
problem.
to her.
Okay, so next up we have Brother Ramiz Nekwi. Please go ahead. Bismillah.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So today I've got a piece that I'd written regarding. So oftentimes I feel like when we recite the Fadail of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, we write from a place as if we understand and as if we can understand. And this piece is written in some ways to challenge that concept and that idea. So inshallah, I hope to take you guys on a journey. Bismillah. It's entitled Only the Knights Truly Knew Ali. Only the knights truly knew Ali. Amidst the sleepy streets and the unlit lanterns, a figure emerges. He emerges, merging with the serenity of the stars, coarsely dressed, with a bag resting on hidden scars, for no eyes would witness this. For no eyes would witness this, not his sons nor the skies. For when the night was at its darkest, free from light's distortion, the pockets of Ali would be lighter by 1 dinar's portion. In a fist, he would hold it until the final stars sleep, lest the coin's reflection into nearby windows would seep. For when people would wake, comfort seen in the eyes of the unsheltered, for they tasted a coolness in the night. Those on days they sweltered in this light, no almsgiver they could see, for only the knights truly knew Ali. The knights would long for Ali's company. The night silence, a cloak under which Ali would remember the soft clicking of beads outlasting the fire's final ember. Under dimmed candlelight, he'd seek nearness to his Lord, worshipping him not from fear nor craving reward, elevating his own status to one so adored by us, by Muhammad, and by his Lord. For when he would address, O people who believe, Ali was included. When he would purify the household and purity they would receive, Ali was included. When he stated the religion was perfected and perfect to perceive, Ali was included. When he described the best of all beings to Ali and his followers, he alluded his status stemming from these nights of worship, sitting so secluded. It's in clear evidence. For humility learns from Ali in his prayer. Justice taught through candles to Talha and Zubair, for on their entering he extinguished one candle for another. In that moment, between the two candles alight, Ali would find comfort, his deeds hidden from eyesight. For the darkness upon his good deeds was a veil, held intimately between his Lord and his scale. For every accolade of his, the dusk would agree, for only the nights truly knew Ali. I ask, when your first sight is Muhammad, how can any light compare? For seeing such radiance no eyes could ever prepare, and one must listen when such radiance gathers a rally and says, for whomever I am their leader, so is Ali. The days and nights question what a council needed to tally. Forever his protector. Forever his protector, his guard and his gate. In the day, protection with a blade to differentiate righteous from bad. In the night, blind loyalty to him he'd demonstrate in the Prophet's clothes clad. When Ahmed told him of his migration, no questions Ali had. Aware that he may be ambushed, attacked or slain, but with faith resembling his, conviction does not wane. For what better? For what better than worshipping in the garments of the Messenger? The humming of supplication, surely unbroken and endless, the echoes of his prayers in the corridors would wander. For the content of his supplication we can but ponder, for heaven's doors would open whenever Ali would greet. But had Ali wished for solitude, all would retreat, angels from respect, jinns from jealousy, for only the knights truly knew Ali. But after that Ramadan's day, the night had become darker. For each day that sword was soaking in poison, a star was removed from the night sky. For each slash from the cursed Ibn Muljim, the sun's rise would remain on standby. For the heavens were imbalanced after the Quran came down. So Ali was returned to rectify in prostration in his month. In prostration in his month, the martyrdom so glorious. By Allah, it was clear that Ali was victorious. With these words being the last expressed from his lips, and each subsequent night being akin to an eclipse, in secret, Abu Turab was returned to the dust. His location for decades was left undiscussed, with only his moon and his 2 stars allowed to see. For only the nights truly knew Ali. For only the nights truly knew Ali. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Allahumma
سبحان
salli ala
الله.
Muhammad wa ali.
أحسنت.
Wow, that was amazing.
And that was like the
Taqabbal
test of a perfect poem. Um,
Allah.
mashallah. I think like the form and the imagery used, I think it's like a very specific subset of poetry which focuses on Imam Ali al-Islam and the nighttime and the veil, like metaphorically even, that was upon him because society didn't recognize him, but then also like the openness with which he performed his deeds in the darkness of his night. So that was wonderful. Thank you. I think Brother Horeza is back, so if you'd like to go ahead, please, Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
Good to see everyone today. First and foremost, thank you to Poets of the Household and especially Naki Bhai, who invited me all the way from Houston to join you on your, inshallah, Zoom meeting, commemorating and honoring the birth of one of the most perfect personalities in the world, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam. So I just have a short poem, inshallah, on Amir al-Momineen alayhi salatu wasalam. Inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Praise be to him who made us of that school of thought. Praise be to him who made us of that school of thought where there's no kindergarten but 12 kings in the garden. Where there's no kindergarten but that there's 12 kings in the garden. Where the garden is Zainab and the nectar is Batul. Where the garden is Zainab and the nectar is Batul. Where the kings talk like Ali but smile like Rasul. Where the headmaster is Khuda. Where the headmaster is Khuda. Where the headmaster is Khuda and the students are Saqalain. Where the professor is Abbas and the curriculum is Hussein. And then inshallah, in reference to the 13th of Rajab, at the crack of dawn, during the 13th of Rajab, Kaaba cracked a smile. At the crack of dawn, on the 13th of Rajab, the Kaaba cracked a smile and said, Salam, Ya Ali Mother, I haven't seen you in a while. And then Ali's existence, as we know, is full of firsts. Ali's existence is full of firsts. And the word I'll use at the end of this line is reckons. So for everyone in the north, reckons is short for recognizes. I think everyone should know. So Ali's existence is full of firsts, living, non-living, the whole universe reckons. Ali's existence is full of firsts, living, non-living, the whole universe reckons. Ali was so ahead of his time that Ali came first, and that's why time became seconds.
Wow.
What a foolish claim. Sometimes we say Ali was as quick as death. Ali was so fast, he was quick as death. Foolish. What a foolish claim it is to claim that Ali was as quick as death. What a foolish claim it is to claim that Ali was as quick as death when death himself cries out from behind, Ali, slow down. Let me catch my breath. And then Tahl Bahlul. We have a famous story about Bahlul making Jannat from the sands. But, I have some other responsibility for him. Tell Bahlul stop building heaven's palaces, instead builds flats for hell. And whoever doesn't know what flats is, it's like apartments. Shout out Mohsen Jafri. Tell Bahlul stop building heaven's palaces, instead build flats for hell. Tell Bahlul stop building heaven's palaces, instead build flats for hell. Ali is riding into battle. His enemies need home as well. And then, inshallah, Ali's relationship to the Quran, we often get asked, where's the Quran? I don't see Ali in it. Here's my response to that. Don't ask us to show Ali in the Quran. This question is a lanat on your own intuition. Don't ask us to show Ali in the Quran. This question is a lanat on your own intuition. How are we going to show you Ali in the Quran when the Quran is Ali's definition? And then on the topic of Quran and Ali, when the difference between the speech of Ali and Allah by me could no longer be seen. When the difference between the speech of Ali and Allah by me could no longer be seen, I ended my recitation of Nahj al-Balagha with Sadaqallahu Ali al-Azim. And
MashaAllah.
then, oftentimes when I see Imam Ali al-Assad's name, from other people, they write this little initial after it, R.A., radiyallah. I'm like, I don't think that belongs, because for those who don't know, radiyallah means may Allah be pleased with him. Those who refer to Ali as Raziyallah, shout out to Nucky by this for you. Those who refer to Ali as Raziyallah, never have I met anyone so dim. Those who refer to Ali as Raziyallah, never have I met anyone so dim. Before granting someone heaven, Allah asks Ali, Ali, are you pleased with them? And then
Nara
Ali being the truth.
hadari.
Ali had it.
And then Ali is the truth. We all know that. Truth is Ali. If the truth was Ali, and Ali is the truth, and the truth only spoke when Ali would speak. If the truth was Ali and Ali is the truth, and the truth would only speak when Ali would speak, then how could you expect me to refer to anyone that opposed Ali as Sadiqa or Siddiq? And then, be it in Khaybar or Khandak or Mimbar Saluni, anywhere he was, Ali was always aligned. Be in Khaybar or Khandak or Mimbar Saluni, anywhere he was, Ali was always aligned. Be it in Ohud or the cave, Saqifa or Fadak, anywhere those three were, they were always lying.
Wow.
And then second to last, and then inshallah, Muawiyah may call himself Amir, but royal blood doesn't come with the seat. Muawiyah may call himself Amir, but royal blood don't come with the seat. The closest he was to royal blood was Hamza's blood on Hinda's teeth. And then inshallah, last thing I got is inshallah, when we're all together, in the high skies, we're being looked at by all the other people that should have made it, could have made it, would have made it. This is our response. When we're in Firdaus, they'll ask us, how do we get so far? When we are in Firdaus, they will ask us, how do we get so far? When we're in Firdaus, they will ask us, how do we get so far? To which we'll respond, La fatah illa Ali wa la sayfu illa dhufiqar.
Nara hadari. Ya Ali.
Ya Ali, Ya Ali, Ya Ali.
That's
Beautiful.
how it's done, man. That's what's supposed to be happening.
Gio.
Put the smile
I
on
think
everyone's face. Put the smile on everyone's face. That's how it's done on 30th Rajab. MashaAllah.
for every time that I've sat in an Urdu jashan and the uncles have gone far, far away in their use of the Urdu language and gone above my head, and I've wished it was in English, I think that just covered everything. That Urdu jashan vibe with English wordplay, beautiful. Mashallah.
MashaAllah.
Okay, with that powerful note, we'll do our trivia break with Brother Nucky, and then next up after the trivia break is Brother Tarab Heather, inshallah.
Yeah, so this is just to get everyone's mind a little reset, get a little break so we can get back into the poetry. So I don't know if many of you guys played Kahoot before, but you could just, with your phone, scan the QR code or just go on your browser or your phone browser, kahoot.it, and then you could put in the pin as well. And this is going to be a quick trivia just to get our minds reset. Unfortunately, I think there is a limit of 10 participants because we're cheap and we didn't purchase like the upgraded plan. So whoever gets in first, but whoever wins this trivia challenge, they're going to get a special shout out on our page. So make sure you answer correctly. Let's see who gets in. I'll wait maybe 30 seconds to let everyone in, and then we'll get started.
Please donate towards the Poets of the Household so we can afford to buy the whole thing. Thank you.
All right, let's get a few more people in. Let's see who's up for the challenge.
Where's the pen?
Oh, do you guys see my screen? You see this QR code? You could scan that with your phone, or you could just go on kahoot.it and just enter the game pin up here. Okay, we'll get started. And by the way, this is going on YouTube Live, so just make sure you make sure you answer correctly. All right, let's start. All right, in which battle was Imam Ali referred to as the embodiment of complete faith? And so you answer based on the icon and color you see, whatever the correct answer is. All right, someone just finished Googling it and just answered. All right, 4 is Battle of Khandak. All right, all right. Now let's go to the next question. Oh, Hor with a lead. Nice. Oh, it gives you a higher score if you answer quicker. What is the name of the hadith in which the Prophet compares the status of Imam Ali to that of Harun in relation to Musa?
Yo, Nucky, does it show you the code? I think I got kicked real quick.
You know, I might not let you in because I think we've reached the max number of participants too. You were leading too, man. Oh, actually, the pin is down here. You see my screen is 9308437. If you could get in. All right, it's Hadith and Manzila. Okay. Ramiz taking the lead. Which of these are the titles of Imam Ali?
I love how you put the red and the blue on, man. That's perfect.
All right, awesome. It looks like Ramiz still with the lead. All right, Surah Ma'idah mentions guardianship belongs to Allah, the Messenger, and He who. All right, perfect. Everyone got that one. All right, we got some shifts into the scoreboard. Which surah of the Quran mentions a command to announce Imam Ali's wilayah during the event of Ghadir? Okay, awesome. I think just for the sake of time, that's a good little break that we had. We'll skip these to see um, who is the top scorer, and then we'll get back into the poetry. You guys, while this is rolling, you guys could just answer these in your head. And if you don't know, it's a good opportunity to learn. I think we all know who the winner is right now. I see Rami smiling as I'm skipping through these.
I'm happy you chose then to stop the game, by the way. I'm very happy. But I
Okay.
promise I didn't message
This
Nucky
one,
to ask
this
for
one
that.
I'll let everyone answer.
Yoli, yoli, yoli. Mashallah, Ramiz, the prize that you won is Thawab. Mubarak. Mubarak.
That's what your du'as are all I can ask for. Inshallah.
All right, Hor for third place. Mohammed Guess for second. And the first place,
With the spotlight.
Spotlight. Congrats, Ramiz. We'll get a special shout out on our page for winning this competition. And I'll pass it back to Alizia now to continue the rest of the program.
Amazing. That was nice and refreshing. Just a little break in between. Thank you, Brother Nucky, for running that. And next up, we have Brother Thurab Heather. Please, Bismillah.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
First,
yes.
first of
And
all,
Gaurav,
congratulations.
before you begin, I already love your poetry because of your dupatta. Salamat hai, mashallah.
Mash- And Abbas bhai, I was just going to mention this is from our Ustad Arif Imam.
Wow.
So I hope I could get some of his Jalal in
Yeah.
terms of reciting this poetry.
Inspiration.
Uh,
Very smart. Very smart.
but even so, first of all, congratulations on this. You're celebrating this occasion of 13th of Rajab, which is Viladat of Imam Ali alayhi salam. So, if I could get allowed, Nara Hadari.
Ya Ali.
Ali
And second
had
of all, it's gonna be a bit tough for me to recite now since we've the elevation of this Jashan is so far up now that I'm finding a bit of trouble to recite. Especially after Brotherhood, mashallah, mashallah, that was really good and very refreshing to our souls. Um, so for this piece of poetry, and it started with a thought which every poetry starts with a thought, right? And with thought and craft, right? So in this just humane thought of mine, I was thinking that okay, how we love someone, and it's tough for us as humans to express love. It's someone's birthday, then you want to wish them, give them a gift, or plan something special. So on this special occasion, if Allah wanted to send Imam Ali down on in this world, right? So just a humane thought of me that it's just, it would be Allah wants to wants this moment to be magnificent, right? So how would Allah express His love? And so that's the title of my poem. How would Allah Almighty express His love? So with if I have permission from you all, Naki bhai, Abbas bhai,
Bismillah.
yeah, if I can get loud salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli
Allahumma salli
ala
ala
Muhammad
Muhammad
wa
wa
ali
ali
Muhammad.
How would Allah Almighty express His love? How would Allah Almighty express His love, not bound by a being, not confined by a feeling, not present, because His expression could not be boxed. With Kun, He summoned all the existential, the moths and the mountains, the flickering candles and the deep sea. So, how hard could it be? How hard could it be? How would Allah Almighty express His love if the beloved is Abu Turab, who knows the skies and the beyond and what lies on the land and beneath? If the beloved is the master of beings, in all tests, when all feed, he stomped in belief with the flag of Muhammad and the mighty Zulfikar, and with patience. How would Allah Almighty express His love? How hard could it be if His soul is His soul, His hands are His hands, His voice is His voice, His heart is His heart, His message is His message? If love for Ali is love for Allah, how would Allah Almighty express His love?
Subhanallah.
How would Allah Almighty express His love in this nebula of sacred souls, in this shared space where the truths cannot be molded, where the two fingers split the seas of Ali Imran for the Haqq and the Batil? How would Allah Almighty express His love? So He slit His heart, illuminated to the core, and vesseled this moment in the chapters of infinity, boxed in the present and the future so they could see him and his love.
Subhanallah.
Salawat
Subhanallah.
bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma
Allahumma
salli
salli ala
ala
Muhammad wa
Muhammad
ali
wa ali
Muhammad. Beautiful
Muhammad.
poetry, bro.
Subhanallah, Turab.
I think if I can offer a response to the question you were asking, Brother Turab, I think one of the ways that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala expresses His love for Imam Ali alayhi salam is by empowering the pens of writers such as all those here today. And He lets that love flow through this adoration and this poetry. I see that Nakib Bhai has added me to the lineup, so I will be humbled to share a few words
Bismillah.
as well. Up next, Bismillah. They asked me to write about Ali, and the ink in my pen began to flood at the fulfillment of this dream. But suddenly it seemed impossible to find words to describe the one understood only by the one who knows all of creation and by the one who received the final revelation. When my mind was spent and it wept at its inability to comprehend He who was amongst the most noble of mankind, I turned to my heart to find the words for Ali. But the words had yet to come, for my heart was overcome with the love of my Mawla, surrounded by his wilaya like the creatures of the ocean could never describe water. I could not describe the sea, immersed in which I do not drown, but find the only way to breathe. Then I remembered. I remembered wise words that have been a guiding force in my days, a pearl offered in a majlis of Aba Abdullah al-Hussein. If you struggle, turn your soul towards Allah and ask for the strength of Heather, the strength which allowed him to lift the gates of Khaybar and feel it run through your veins. So I made my humble request, then looked to my Mawla and offered these few words that I could think of as best, in hopes that they may help me understand his blessed role as the Prophet's right hand, the one who Fatima chose and from whom the progeny of 11 rose, the one who stood fast at the age of 13, stood 3 times before the world to be seen, and offered a welcome shoulder upon which the beloved of Allah would often lean. It is said that when a mu'min hears the name of Ali, a smile spreads across his face like the moon breaking free from the darkness of the night. And by Allah, I have known this to be true. I have seen it in plain sight. In a world so ready to break our souls, we live an arduous fight towards patience and grace. But His blessed name makes every mu'min smile, because with the madad of Abul Hassan, no obstacle is too difficult to face. So let us be reminded of every test our Mawla faced and learn from the example of his patience and his grace. My Mawla, you held up the flame of truth in the face of endless lies. Its glow illuminated your blessed eyes, your voice with which you said, Ibn Muljam, get up to pray, a last effort to rid the man of his vice. But what a lost soul who could despise the very guide to living a life that is whole. And after the sword of Ibn Muljam had come down, you uttered praise of the Lord, for it was in his love that you were bound. The world can try its hardest to break our spirits now, but we will take our refuge in the freedom we have found within Ali. You live the truth that set us free, the truth of Tawheed. There is nothing else we need. The Prophet too was pleased. He told us, Ali is with the truth, and the truth is with Ali. Sallallahu Muhammad wa
Subhanallah.
ala Muhammad.
اللهم صل
Allahumma
على
salli ala
محمد وعلى
Muhammad wa ali
محمد.
Muhammad.
سبحان
MashaAllah.
الله.
Thank you. Next up, we have Brother Mohsin Jafri to share his poetry. Is Brother Mohsin here? Yes.
Yeah, easier.
Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. I think it's snowing inside his house. MashaAllah.
I just came back from outside. I promise it's not that cold. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much for having me. Bas bhai, Naki bhai. Mubarak to everyone on the Wiladat of Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali ibn Abi Talib. Inshallah, with your permission. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد.
Ever since I became a slave of Ali, ever since I became a slave of Ali, kings rise from their thrones and bow before me. Kings rise from their thrones and bow before me. Everything from the west, everything from the east, from the skies to the mountains, from the land to the sea, from the cadence of the birds, from the buzz of the bee, from the drops of the rain to the growth of the trees, this whole universe and every galaxy will cease to function without remembering Ali. Ali is my Imam, Manam Ghulam Ali. The cool breeze of Najaf has mixed within my cup. I say the ba in Bismillah and take the sip of love. Keep on drinking, Matham says from the tree. Ali, Ali is the name on my tongue. Ya Ali, your comparable is none. Many have came and many will come, only to show us that Ali is one. From the night falling to the morning sun, Ali, Ali is the name that is sung. Ali, Ali, as I spin and I sway, Ali, Ali, until my soul is gone. Adam repented and Allah forgave, only because he said, Ali, Madad. Ali, Ali, in my blood, in my veins. Ali, your praises are never enough. Without Ali, surely we are astray. Ali, the true manifest of Ahad. Al-Ali. Al-Ali parted the wall to the center of Tawheed. Angels descended through the heavenly decree. The light of Al-Wali reflected through his Wali. Al-Jali blessed the Kaaba with such majesty. And through every prayer, and though every prayer is meant for the one, the crack on the wall tells all Muslimin that no prayer reaches God until it goes through Ali. Your prayer is not valid. Your faith is incomplete if you run away from following Amir al-Mu'mineen. He is the great news. He is Naba al-Azim. Just open your eyes and be prepared to read. There is no need to count to 1, 2, and 3. There is no need to count to 1, 2, and 3. Visit chapter 5 and verse number 3. Visit chapter 5 and verse number 3. Only through Ali religion was perfected, and only through Ali Islam is complete. On the prayer mat you are Murtada. On the battlefield you are Haydar. The sword of God in Badr, the believer's shield in Khaybar, the peak of modesty in Jamal, the walking Quran in Siffin. In Uhud you stood firm and showed why you are the savior, the manifest of Ar-Rahman, the reminder of his favors. This poetry is but a particle, not even a drop in the sea. So I put my pen down and the Quran begins to speak, from Fatiha to An-Nas and everything in between. It is all Ali, all Ali, all Ali.
Subhanallah. Wow, wow, wow. MashaAllah. MashaAllah.
Nara Hadari.
Ya Ali.
Yali. Vintage,
MashaAllah.
Mohsen. Vintage, vintage, vintage. Love it.
That was amazing, mashallah. It's always so refreshing to see like different unique mediums covering the love of Imam Ali alayhi salam. This very like rap influenced, pure spoken word style is always so, so special. Thank you, Brother Mohsen. Okay, so next up we have something special. We have Brother Abbas Wright from Servants of Zara to recite a mankabat. Please, Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum, rahmatullah.
Alaikum salam, rahmatullah.
Before I begin, I just wanted to take the opportunity to, first of all, commend Brother Mohsen. I just heard his poem. That was absolutely amazing. I think the comments, justified it correctly too. But that was really, really amazing to hear. MashaAllah. May Allah give you the opportunity to continue your amazing work in service of Ahlul Bayt. Secondly, congratulations again to all of you on the wiladat of Mawla Ali alayhi salam. And thank you so much, Naki Bhai and Abbas Bhai, for giving me the opportunity to be here today to recite a few lines of poetry in honor of Mawla. So this is a special one because the poet of this kalam is actually the host of the program today. So I've never actually had the opportunity to recite this live for him in the audience. So it's going to be definitely special. And I know he's going to be giving me jawab, especially because Kumail is not here today. He's traveling back, so he wasn't able to make it. So that means that I need Naki Bhai, especially loudest jawab from him, inshallah. We'll start off with one loud nare takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Nare risalat.
Ya Rasulullah.
Ulema nara haidari.
Ya Ali.
Nara haidari.
Ya Ali.
Haidari.
Ya Ali.
Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
علي هيدر يا كرار 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 علي هيدر يا كرار. Every struggle that I've ever had, I said your name and the troubles passed. Wow. You were there each time I ever asked. With you, every hardship I surpassed. In darkness, light, Ali, the strength to fight, Ali. You never leave your lovers outside of your sight, Ali. From my first breath and until death, I'll say Nara Haidari, Ali Haidari ya Karrar, Ali Haidari ya Karrar, Ali Haidari ya Karrar, Ali Haidari ya Karrar. Roses bloom of wisdom when he speaks, his words eloquence upon its peak. I am but a drop within his sea. He who saved the prophet in his sleep, the path that's straight, Ali. It is your fate, Ali. Wherever you go, the truth flows beneath your feet, Ali. No one can enter the city of knowledge without you, Ali. Ali Haidar ya
Ya
Karrar,
Karrar,
Ali
Ali
Haidar
Haidar,
ya
Ya
Karrar,
Karrar,
Ali Haidar ya
Ya
Karrar,
Karrar,
Ali
Ali
Haidar ya
Haidar, Ya Karrar.
Karrar.
Wow.
On the blessed day your hand was raised, the messenger's tongue in Ali's praise. I leave you two things so you don't stray. Ali is your master from this day, Hujjatullah Ali, Waliullah Ali, Hujjatullah Ali, Waliullah Ali, Wajhullah, Nurullah, Ainullah, Ali. How can you claim to know Allah without knowing what Mawla means? Ali Haidar ya
Ya
Karrar,
Karrar,
Ali
Ali
Haidar ya
Haidar, Ya
Karrar,
Karrar,
Ali
Ali
Haidar ya
Haidar, Ya
Karrar,
Karrar,
Ali
Ali
Haidar
Haidar,
ya
Ya Karrar.
Karrar.
Subhanallah.
When the lion in the battle roars, the enemies tremble and remorse. When they see him charging with his sword, they run and forget they're in a war. Whoever fought Ali, the hand of God, Ali. They saw the angel of death like a shadow follow Ali. A lion will never concede a battle to a herd of sheep. Ali Haidar ya Karrar,
Karrar,
Ali
Ali
Haidar
Haidar,
ya
Ya
Karrar,
Karrar,
Ali
Ali
Haidar ya
Haidar, Ya
Karrar,
Karrar,
Ali
Ali
Haidar
Haidar,
ya
Ya Karrar.
Karrar. In her womb, my mother taught your name. In my chest, my father lit this flame. This love is a love that can't be tamed. It flows from my heart to every vein. What a blessing, Ali, that my heart beats, Ali. What a blessing, Ali, that my heart beats, Ali. May this obsession stay within my generations, Ali. May we always be the servants of Zahra, servants of Ali. Ali Haidar ya Karrar, Ali Haidar ya Karrar, Ali Haidar ya Karrar, Ali Haidar ya Karrar.
Hasan, mashallah,
Ahsant,
subhanallah,
mashallah.
Abbas, kya kehne
So much
baba.
for the opportunity. Really appreciate it.
Hasan,
Jazakallah.
Allah accept inshallah.
If I can imagine if the likes of Misam, Miqdad, and Cumber were to collaborate, it would have similar results. MashaAllah.
Subhanallah.
Next up is Brother Nakiyasi. Please, Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. And thank you,
Alaikum
everyone, for
salam.
joining. It's been just such a wonderful experience hearing you all. So I was going to read something old, but just literally right before this meeting, I was trying to come up with something new. So this is as fresh as it gets and completely rough in draft. I haven't read this before, so please bear with me. So with the permission of my dear poets and especially my Ustad, Brother Tahir, I'd like to start this poem.
Bismillah.
Who do I compare you to? No one can compare, said the crumbling, cracked slabs of stone as they fell in prostration before him, as this house of worship opened her arms wide to cradle the only one worthy of being the resident of the comfort of God's home. On one side, false gods, and on the other, the breaker of idle stone. Who do I compare you to? No one can compare, said the night that failed to distinguish Muhammad from Ali as he slept so peacefully and sold his soul to satisfy his beloved. Who do I compare you to? No one can compare, said each feather on the wings of Jibra'il as they spread to soften the strike of the man whose mother named him Haydar, whose one strike was placed on a scale and weighed heavier than all the worship of the worshippers of the world. Who do I compare you to? No one can compare, said the scorching sun on the day of Ghadir, as it felt the hearts of the hypocrites burn more fiercely than itself, as the hand of my master was raised by my master, and the winds carried the singing of the birds, the mountains echoed the rhythm of the earth, and all of creation said with Muhammad, Man kuntu mawla, fahaza aliyun mawla. Who do I compare you to? No one can compare, said the mosque, said the mosque that housed the prophets of God, when in prostration the head of the gate of wisdom opened, only for him to proclaim, by the Lord of the Kaaba, I have succeeded, because no one can compare.
بشك.
And salawat
سبحان
ala
الله
Muhammad wa ali
الرحيم.
Muhammad.
واو واو. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
That was so beautiful. And
Beautiful.
literally, as we were logging on to the Zoom, Nakipai was finishing that poem. So very, very recently completed. Very lovely. Next up, we have someone who I think we've all learned from a lot over the years. Abbas Pai, please go ahead. Bismillah.
Thank you, Alize. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Salamun alaikum, everybody. And my felicitations and congratulations to all of you on the joyous occasion of the Wilada of Amir al-Mu'mineen, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wassalam. I just want to echo Naqi's sentiments that I want to thank everybody who participated in this event, who shared their pieces. A lot of individuals I'm hearing for the first time, and it's so refreshing to hear words from the heart, and it really makes your faith fresh after hearing this. But the problem here is that going last is that it's hard to follow all these beautiful poems, and this is kind of the predicament that I'm in right now. And I just want to say, because of that reason, you have all heard poetry already. I'm just here to put some words together. The poetry portion of the event is finished, and now I'm just here to share my thawab with all of you, inshallah. So, if you all can please recite aloud Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad, I can begin. Salawat, please.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
And with the permission of our mountain of poetry that's in the audience, Brother Tahir Adil, first time I'm reciting in front of him, so the nerves are there, the anxiety is there. Any sort of mistakes, please forgive me, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا علي. When I lifted my pen, my mind was at a stance. When I lifted my pen, my mind was at a stance. As I went left and right, I realized I was in a trance. So, like an ocean, when the virtues of Ali started to flow, I saw my paper shine with a beautiful glow. But it was something that I could never imagine. I asked myself, how could this happen? It was like a student wanting to hear about its guide. So I saw the moon sitting next to me by my side. I asked, what do I owe this most humble pleasure? He asked, before you, can I share some bits of treasure? Speechless, my head began to nod. I put my pen down and asked, please, in the name of God. He said, I'll try to commence, but they're so intense, so immense that Ali's virtues defy common sense. So listing everything he saw one by one, from his tongue about Lisanullah, the moon had begun. From his tongue about Lisanullah, the moon had begun. I saw the ambiance around the Kaaba was quite Ghadiri. I saw the ambiance around the Kaaba was quite ghadiri when the house of God screamed Bakhin Ya Ali. It was if it knew it was in front of the mother of Haidar. It knew it was in front of the mother of Haidar. So if it cracked in front of her, for him, what is Khaybar? And the way I split in half by the sun and merged. And the way I split in half by the sun and merged, the moon from the split wall suddenly surged. And like my shape, I circumambulated to get a glimpse. Like my shape, I circumambulated to get a glimpse. I asked Allah, let me see the believer's prince. Then the lion of Bint Asad emerged, and the scene was like none. The moon opened his eyes, and he was in front of the sun. Salamun alaykum ya Rasulullah. Alaykum salam ya Waliullah. Picture the ornaments of truth looking so lavish as the kalma before Islam was already established. Now, fast forward like in battle to the night of Hijrah, where it was me and him alone and I saw. Fast forward like in battle in the night of Hijrah, where it was me and him alone and I saw. I was with him when he wailed during Salatul Layl, so it made me feel light seeing him in peace while the enemies fail. And my love ascended on the night of ascension, and my love ascended on the night of ascension. I saw my beloved so close, and to get his attention, I intensified my glow, but his hand was busy already in extension. Yes, yes, in the day, yes, in the day, he was a warrior with a fighter spirit. But at night, the orphan's smile was so loud only I can hear it. They might have lost their father, but they never felt it, as the father of the world took their pain and it melted. Now let me tell you. Now let me tell you when I shine bright inside. And what made me glow internally with pride was the night Abbas was born, it was like the afternoon. The night Abbas was born, it was like the afternoon. Why? Because I lit up when the moon lit up looking at the moon. I lit up when the moon lit up looking at the moon. And when I missed my master, at him I would look. The cub's resemblance was so much, the lion I mistook. The cub's resemblance was so much, a lion I mistook. Now I'm sitting here giving lines, but what my eyes can't perceive. Now I'm sitting here giving lines, but what my eyes can't conceive is what my branches made me flourish with evergreen leaves. You see, was after getting his tongue cut when he read Ali's pleasantries. After getting his tongue cut when he read Ali's pleasantries, even the nightingale stopped to listen to Misam's melodies. Now this was during the day, but I couldn't help but peek when in Ghadir I saw Mercy's peak with eloquence peak. His announcement was only by divine selection, because only perfection could announce perfection, representing perfection. So these are the reasons why his love is paved on me. How lucky am I to have his name engraved on me? So these are the reasons why his love was paved on me. How lucky am I to have his name engraved on me? So I'll stop here and allow you to continue. Please share with me what you have in you. I was still speechless, with my pen still down. I witnessed a coronation of a king who received his crown. The only thing I asked the moon, can I write these words on my shroud? So in my grave I can read them to Ali out loud. Bar Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. Salawat. Allahumma salli.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Jazakallah Baswag. Beautiful.
That was so beautiful. I don't have any words. That was really, really nice. To close out the program, we have a very special recitation, a special guest with us. We have Brother Tahir Adil who's joined, and we would be so honored if he was to recite his poetry for us. Brother Tahir, Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much. I joined the program to be a listener, and there's been absolutely wonderful poetry from all corners of the globe. And I'm so proud of Naqi, Abbas, and the rest of the poets of the household team for taking this idea and making it a thriving community. So yeah, absolutely honored, and I'd love to partake. I think got a bit jealous early on, thinking I need to jump in. Love the poetry.
Can't
So this
wait. Can't wait. Good luck.
Yeah, so this spoken word piece is woven from three old pieces. But the interesting thing about this poem is the formation of the poem. It's 20 years apart. So we've got a poem that was written at the age of 16, 26, and 36. Yes, I'm quite old. I'm going to keep the decibels down because I know my kids are looking for any opportunity to come and distract me. So apologies about that. So it's a poem formed from three pieces and then translated from page poetry to spoken word.
Bismillah.
Even when he's struck in prostration, he lives on in generations, in wisdom, in hope, in words of salvation, in leaders, in sacrifice, and in the soul of entire nations. He lives on, be it roaring in Abbas or the strength of a child in Qasim. Be it the power of Zainab in sermon or the patience of Musa in dungeons, he lives through them all. He lives on because when the moon was struck, the foundations of the skies were broken and Ali was no longer one person. Ali was no longer one person. The spirit of Ali did not leave us on his deathbed, for it manifests with each murmur of breath, each time an orphan is taken in and fed, each time a life is saved once left for dead. He lives on, for we are all his kin. And there's so many sayyids I realized through the names that are partaking. He lives on, for we are all his kin. We are Ali in poetry, in charity, in doctors that heal. We are Ali in thinkers, in worshippers that kneel. Ali as swords and shields on the battlefield. We are Ali in resistance because Ali never yields. But what can that tell us about Ali himself? Can words ever describe Ali is a question asked by many. And I've lived to write about him because each breath describing him is traced from the Prophet's lips. And no lies can be attributed to the father of Fatim. No man can succeed the perfection of Muhammad except a man who was raised by Muhammad perfectly, but virtues can only touch the surface of perfection and always return saying Ali is too perfect for me. And here I am, lost for words between life's calligraphy. But what greater pen to untangle me than the pen of Wilayah that spills, Ya Ali? So I ask the question that still confuses me. How can the world block me from a love that drowns me so deep it saves me? How love for him can get me killed, yet rescue me from the grips of hell that my sins have in store for me. How can the world not fall in love with Ali? That is the riddle that will forever bedevil me like apples that fall from a tree. We fall in love with him through the inevitable force of gravity. How can the world just sit there and judge me, calling it madness? But is it madness when the universe itself spins me towards my insanity like a planet's velocity perpendicular to the sun of Ali? No matter where I turn to, I'm faced with him. Setting or rising, I'm blessed with him. I'd settle for words with no meaning or rhyme. I'd fight with the stars and freeze specks of time if it means I could be caught in his paradigm. But oh Ali, who are you to me? That I call myself your Shi'i, that I'll skip oceans like puddles and make nothing of sea, how soft you drive my heart to be. But oh Ali, who are you to me? that I'd gift every string of my soul, every strand. I'd give up what I have and all that's planned. I'd break my heart from stone to sand, so soft I'd break it under your command, as soft as a petal inside your hand. But oh Ali, who are you to me? Am I not your bird that daily sings and flies your name with my silken wings? Am I not your wind that blows and brings? Am I not all these things? But oh Ali, who are you to me? To truth, you are gravity. You're my logic, yet insanity. You're the atoms in this heart cavity. You're that human in humanity, yet an angel in my heart's calamity. But oh Ali, who are you to me? You're the solver of my equations. You're the riser to my heart's occasions. You're my escape from this world, my evasions. You're the word that acts as my persuasions. You, Ali, are my heart's invasion. But oh, Ali, who are you to me? You unravel the mysteries of my spiraled genetics. To the heart wound, you are its anesthetic. You're the inspiration to love and poetics. You're the digits of humility and bravery's alphabetics. You're the prophecy by the prophet's own prophetics. But oh Ali, who are you to me? You're the A and you're the L in my eyes' contractions. You're the reason for my current actions. You're the sound followed by no distractions. You're the story written within my heart like factions. You're its corners drenched by your paint like holy abstractions. But oh Ali, who are you to me? You're the name that saves us from ourselves, giving comfort and protection within our shells. You're the start of a never-ending 12. You're Muhammad's name that's near and far, his commandeering star from time's first breath to its breathless end. Now do I still ask who you are? Now do I still ask who you are? وأفلح من صلى على محمد وآل محمد. Thank you for having me join your program and partake with some poetry. It's been an absolute joy and blessing seeing you all recite wonderful poetry, and it really did make me proud. So thank you for that.
MashaAllah. What a way to
Thank you.
end.
Thank you
Thank you
so
for
much,
that.
Brother Adil. This is probably the best way we could have ended this program, especially with a person who was, a trailblazer of poetry in the English language for the Ahlul Bayt and who laid the foundations for what we're all, benefiting from today. And I think because of that early work that you've done, we're able to create organizations like this, and poets like us are able to continue to write and be inspired by you. So thank you so much. Lastly, just wanted to thank everyone who joined, both the listeners as well as the participants, for all of your beautiful poetry. This is probably one of the best open mics I think that we've done, and everyone's work was just at such a high caliber. I know everyone really enjoyed. Inshallah, if you don't follow us on any of our social media pages, Instagram, YouTube, please give us a follow so you keep up to date with all of our programming. I also wanted to give a shout out and thank Sister Alize for hosting this brilliant event. So thank you so much, Alize, for doing such a wonderful job. Lastly, one little announcement I do want to make is, alhamdulillah, we're able to grow this platform and we're growing. We have a lot of ideas for initiatives and programs that we want to do, and we are looking for support. So if you are interested in joining the team and taking part in all these different programs that we're working on, the applications are open. They've been posted on in our bio. The link for the applications within our Instagram bio. There's also an Instagram post about this as well for more information. If you are interested, we would love to have you get to know more about you, what your vision is, and how it aligns with us. And inshallah, look forward to future projects that we have coming in the pipeline, inshallah. Thank you so much once again, everyone. Let's get one final Nara Hadari.
Ya Ali.
All right. Assalamu alaikum wa
Ya
rahmatullah.
Ali, Ya Ali, Ya Ali, Ya Ali, Ya Ali, Ya Ali. Thank you, everyone. Jazakallah khair. Beautiful program.